Hey everybody, what's up? Jester here. Welcome back to episode 2 of my Project Ozone 3 playthrough as we come back to Kappa Mode. Not a whole lot's been done. Got a little bit of wood stuff, cobblestone stuff, and compressed cobble. Now there was one specific comment from the last video was about the furnace. Again, I apologize as I rushed through some things quickly. There's some things that I know is like when you craft a regular recipe you've done thousands and thousands of times, you just kind of rush through it. Well, in here, quest, lock, also, I accidentally already completed that because I needed the drawers. In this one, the right-clicking requires 64 cobblestone and a furnace. I happen to know the recipe for the furnace, which is 8 compressed cobblestone as opposed to just 8 regular cobblestone. So again, I apologize for rushing through that. Now, the drawer, you saw the drawer was complete. The drawer recipes, they are the same. No craziness going on here. The chests are the same, and there is this alternative recipe of making it, which kind of helps out in the long run if you know you're going to be making a ton of chests, and the simple fact that one log is one plank, going that route to make your chests, yeah, big mistake going like that. Using full logs is going to save you a little bit. So the things we need to work on next: one, we're going to need a mob farm. There are certain things that we're going to be able to get through that way that's going to help us out. 2, we're going to need an area that's dedicated to sifting. And then we're also going to need an area, I don't know, I would call it number 3, but we are going to need an area that's going to be taking resources like leaves and saplings and turning them into the dirt that we're going to need. Also other areas for making things like obsidian and clay that can be automated. And then finally, we're going to need an area for the smeltery, but that's a little bit further down the line. Those 3 things I generally automate kind of early. So yeah, that's kind of where we need to begin. I don't know if we're going to get, I can guarantee we're not going to get into all of that this episode, but we can at least get started with a mob farm, you know? Now there are 150,000 ways of doing a mob farm. Everybody has their own method, so I'm going to go ahead and get mine built out and we'll get started. Well, that's not gonna work. Was taking care of this, and as you can see, Darklands biome, Darklands mountain. We are not playing in a Darklands. Now, pretty much, I always make my spawners the same way. Always. There are varying ways to do it. I just happen to have been doing it this way for a long time, and I continue to do so. Alright, we're going to make our frame. It's going to be basically one of those simple ones you just walk up to, and as they spawn, you take care of the bad guys. We do want to make it tall enough to spawn our buddies, the Endermen, because we're gonna want those precious pearls. Achievement get a small little spawn. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top. 9 blocks will give us a little bit, at least for right now. I still have not decided what kind of build I want to do. I think I have an idea, but I'm not 100%. Another creator actually commented regarding one of the towers that I built in my first playthrough, asking if I was going to do the same thing, and it kind of got me thinking about doing a legit tower this time, like an actual tower, dropping down there, putting some of our spawners down at the lower Y levels. Embers is a thing in this mod pack. For those of you that don't like embers, but we will go through it. I will do my best to explain how I do things and what shortcuts I like to use. But having that all set up down there, and then various structures, and working kind of a single structure all the way up. Now we will utilize other dimensions. That will be a thing, but at least for the time being, yeah. So we have that. We do need an area for sifting and sieving and all that fun shenanigans. I think we're gonna need, yeah, we're gonna need better, we'll call it. Got a lot of string out of that. As you can see, oh yeah, fair bit of string, but we're gonna need a fair bit of string. Okay, so we are gonna need, for sifting, we're gonna need a bunch of these. So we got planks, we got slabs, and we have sticks. This I do believe is a default recipe. We're gonna need, I think we're gonna need about 25 of them just to kind of get things started. Because if you have a bunch of them connected, they will all work together. Now, I don't recall whether or not 25 is the max. I think you can go higher. But with what I've always done, I've always set mine just 5 by 5 and kind of called it good from that. Haven't had any issues beyond that. It kind of worked for me, you know? Perfect. 25. Isn't there a quest for all of this? Yes, right here. 1 sieve and 1 string mesh. The beginning of acquiring resources, you can place these in an 8 by 8. Okay, well there you go. 64. So you can do a stack at a time. Again, I've always done 25. I don't know why. I think a lot of it might have to do with resource collection, but it is what it is. You can go up to 8 by 8. And you take compressed cobblestone into compressed gravel, sand, and dust. Or regular cobble, gravel, sand, and dust, so on and so forth. That is why we have compressed. It's almost like I was trying to get prepared. If there's 7, we're going to need a few more. Call it 14. 21. 2, 23, 24, and 25. All 25. And achievement get. That'll give us 8 more, if I pay attention, and some more rack. Claimed. And this is kind of where we're headed next. But we're going to skip 1 step. I'll go ahead and place these down. We have these. This is where I'm going to skip 1 step. Here you would go to get sieving because you gotta, okay, to get the Flint Mesh, which is next, which is 6 pieces of flint and some string mesh. Well, how do you get the flint? And you could either take gravel, 3 pieces of gravel will become 1, or if you use string mesh, gravel, and a sieve, you have a 12.5% chance. So even if you're using 3 of them, you have a low possibility of getting that. So we need another way, and they had mentioned that hammer, right? These guys, the X-Nilo hammer, or what I prefer to use is the Tinker's hammer. So we're going to go ahead. We need 8, 13. Okay. So we're going to need a crafting table. We're going to need an oak chest. We have one of you, and we have one of you. Now again, I know all of this stuff ahead of time, so it makes it a little bit easier. But we'll go ahead and see what we're working on. You go into the basics, the patterns quest, the basics of Tinker's tool making. We're going to need a blank pattern. Any pattern will do. Pattern chest, a crafting station, stencil table, part builder, and tool station. Now, for all of these things, they should still be their default. All of the stuff, blank pattern, 4 of them, 2 sticks, 2 planks, and you get 4 blank patterns. Crafting station is the universal crafting station. You take a crafting table, it becomes a crafting station. The stencil table is a plank with a blank pattern. Obviously, you can see where the imports of these blank patterns are coming in already. The part builder is going to be a log with a blank pattern. The tool station itself, where you construct the tools, a crafting table or a station with the blank pattern. And then finally, I don't think it's on the same page. Whole lot of stuff in Tinkers that you can make. Is it not called a pattern chest? No, there it is. I'm just blind. Pattern chest. You can either take your planks, surround the blank pattern, or you can make a chest and top it with the blank pattern. Obviously, we are going to go the route with the chest. All right, there's our blank patterns. We have a whole bunch extra because we are going to, in fact, need them. Tool station, pattern chest, stencil table, and part builder. Fantastic. Now, I always put these in the same kind of order. I'm going to go ahead and pick you up from here and move you around since the sifting stuff is so close. And I'm beginning to think I made my spawner there a little too close for what we need to be working on, you know? All right, so because having that there bothers me, I know a lot of people like that you can see the inventory on the inside. I don't always care for that. So we're going to put you there. We're going to put the tool station on the other end. Fantastic. I put the pattern chest in the middle so that I can have the stencil table and the part builder both touching them. So if you have both of those two touching the pattern chest, something kind of cool happens. We are going to need sharpening kits. Shift left click goes right into the chest. Pickaxe, shovel pattern, axe pattern. We are going to need the tool rod. We are going to need the binding. These we are going to need first and foremost, along with down here at the bottom is the sledgehammer head pattern. That is what we're working on right now. Click on that, and there you go. We're going to make a stone sledgehammer. And then if you go to the tool station, you see what exactly it takes. So we already have the sledgehammer head. We need the binding and the tool rod. Putting them all together, you can access them from one block, all of them. It's kind of nice. All right, we're going to pull you down. Will you work? You will not. That's unfortunate. Let's get some planks. I don't know if that ever worked. I might just be losing my mind. It's entirely possible. Tool rod, a binding, and then we're going to head over here. Now, if you're like, oh, I know how this is made, tool station is not that intuitive. Make sure you are on the right pattern. Click everything in. There is a sledgehammer. The second thing we're going to do is utilizing the sharpening kit. I'm just going to put a bunch in there. Now we have 37 sharpening kits. This is going to come in handy. And last, but certainly not, well, not last, because we're going to possibly upgrade it more as we continue through the play. This is where I'm putting the diamond. What it does is it gives us far more durability. The diamond is a plus 500 to its durability. And there we go. Then we can go over here. We're going to grab some compressed cobblestone, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, if you're using the stone wand, it will only go 5, and on top of that, it will only do a horizontal. It won't do vertical. So that just gave us a stack of compressed gravel, and we still have plenty of durability left. And there we go. All 25. And the fanfare continues. Hey, you might want to get some food in ya. And just like that, and we can take. Let's make a chest real quick. Here's what I was showing earlier. Far better way. Okay. Take a stack of gravel. And as you can see, all of it at once. So if you have literally 8 by 8, you're doing a whole stack at the same time. And if you're using the hammer, you're using all of that. Stuff goes everywhere. So God knows how much we just wasted because inventory management fails. But for the purpose of showing things, you can kind of see what happens. And then 64, already a full stack of iron ore pieces. Break that down in a 2x2, gives you your iron ore chunks, and then you can go through and cook it up. Now this is obviously, as you can see, there is no ore doubling just yet. I think the earliest, maybe the Quartz Grindstone. Yeah, the Quartz Grindstone gives a 50% chance to ore double, and we can get that pretty quickly if you can get your hands on some Certus course by sieving sand. So it's not too terrible. Beyond that, let's have a look, shall we? The crusher, once you get some power stuff going, perhaps. The pulverizer might be the next one. Let's have a look at the quest book, shall we? 2 to claim. I don't recall any ways within embers that we ore doubled that I used. Plants. There's a weird way of doing it using a sluice and Magneticraft, but I didn't do it last time. We might look at it this time, but I'm not certain. Getting into a crusher with immersive engineering can do it. And then, yeah, we get into either pulverizer or Ender IO. So that's going to be how we're going to be handling that, at least in the future. Not sure how soon that future is going to be. But for the time being, depending on, especially if you cheese it right, and you get that auto clicker, you can sit back and auto collect it up for a whole minute. Hey, look, you're wandering off there, Mr. Platinum, and get yourself. Holy crap! Stuff flew everywhere. Imagine if that was an 8x8. So yeah, again, there's probably a good chunk of stuff that we lost, but again, it was kind of education purposes, you know. So that's kind of where this is at. We did get the sifting done. Fantastic. We got a mob farm. I'm going to be moving it probably about 5 blocks further away since nothing has spawned. But we did get that stuff taken care of, which is absolutely fantastic. Other than that, the only thing next to really get early started is to get more dirt for farming stuff and plant stuff and go from there. So if you're enjoying the series, again, if you have an idea what you think we should do for a build. I'm kind of vibing on that tower concept, a full singular structure. It's going to be fairly wide at the bottom and work its way out. I'm kind of digging that. But if you've got suggestions, something you might want to see, please comment down below. If you come by the stream and say hi, fantastic. If you post your suggestions in stream, there's a good chance I'm going to forget, so use that comment section. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what changes are coming and to figure out where we're going to go from here, you know? But I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Hope you guys are enjoying it. You take care, and I'll see you next time.